And welcome back to part 2 of Mega Man V, where we are gonna go into the shop. And what I did was, between parts, I grinded for P-chips as well as some E-tanks and Mercury stage. So, let's see, pretty much what I'm doing is I'm getting two particular powers for the Mega Arm. The first one is gonna be the CL, which lets you grab and attack an enemy over and over again. The second one's gonna be the MH, which lets you grab items from far away.
Nice. Grappling hook, basically.
Pretty much so, yes.
Thing? Yeah. Is that a permanent upgrade, or is that something you can only use once per level?
These are gonna be permanent.
Nice. Nice.
So now we're going into a pretty difficult stage, and this is gonna be Mars, and as you can expect, since it's, based off of Mars, there are gonna be a lot of things firing at you. And, see, most of these things are either rocket or missile themed, so you can pretty much guess what you're into when you're gonna fight Mars.
Oh no. Jumping things, throwing stuff. Oh yay, spikes. Yippee.
Also, the reason I'm taking care of those rockets right away is that if they do take off, they will try and parachute and then blow up on top of you. So that's going to cause me a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I'd say so. And that's why you got the little grappling hook item. You can get all those things now. That is nice.
Yeah, see, I'm trying to get the other one and not succeeding. Which is unfortunate. I mean, even though it's only 2 P-chips, it's still something worth having.
Yeah, definitely. Every little bit helps. Looks like those are modified monkeys from, like, Woodman's level or something.
And here is one of those hazards where I have to slide under the spikes, and I'm just inching my way through there.
Wow. I swear, these things are actually harder than the NES versions. It's just crazy.
Yeah, actually, I would say this is harder than, well, let's see, I would say 4 of the 6 Mega Man games on NES. And then, well, it depends on how you feel about 7, but it's definitely easier than 8, or definitely tougher than 8, and then, depending on if you want to count Mega Man and Bass, I would probably put Mega Man and Bass ahead of this when it comes to a harder game.
Yeah. Even when you level up in that game, that's a hard one. And more of those. Wow. Oh, that's a tricky one. One that goes a little faster. Oh, wow. You get hit by that guy and it takes almost half of your health.
Yeah, it's really easy for the damage to sneak up on you in this game.
Wow,
because since it is Game Boy, you are dealing with a shorter health bar. And just in terms of amount of lines you have.
Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah.
And see, I am taking some pretty careful steps not to, get myself killed, because unfortunately in this game the checkpoints are not very kind.
Right. I guess they thought the NES ones are too easy, so they had to give you a challenge mode. No joke.
Well, I guess it depends on which NES ones. I mean, the later ones were actually fairly easy for most Mega Man games.
Yeah.
And of course, here's our second encounter with a mini-boss, and just like most other mini-bosses, you have to shoot them in the eyes.
That's true. That seems to be the case for most of them, is the eyes are the weakness. You'd think Dr. Wily would fix that problem over time, but no, apparently not.
But it's just a recurring thing.
It is.
And we actually are coming up to a boss pretty soon, and there's some more tricky jumps to make.
At least they gave you the dash again.
So here we are up to Mars, and see, the way Mars fights, it's probably better you do use a Mega Arm on him. And he has a different weakness, which I think is Neptune's saltwater, but see, the way I'm fighting him, I'm just trying to hit him with those, and then whenever he fires those bullets, I just use my bullets to intercept those missiles.
Yeah, that works. Little mines that he leaves behind.
And that missile can definitely catch you off guard because it starts off slow and then it just zooms towards the target. It's actually a very useful weapon which we will be using fairly soon.
Yeah, we should hopefully be able to pick it up right from him, so... Nice. That was easy. I'm sure that's hard if you don't know the pattern, though. Like me, I would not have done that well.
I mean, overall, the patterns for these guys are kind of simple. You just have to watch out for the damage that they do.
Yeah. Definitely have cranked up the damage in this game. I can tell.
So that's the photon missile. And a fairly useful weapon. But what were you saying?
I assume they probably have to ramp up the damage, because some of these levels they seem to be a lot shorter than some of the ones in the NES versions, so I figured they have to kill you quicker, or else you just walk through these levels. But... Oh, this is nice. Looks like a boat or something like that.
Let's see, here we're at a Neptune stage, and I think it takes place on either an aircraft carrier or... I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it kind of looks like an aircraft carrier of some sort. The Neptune, what is it, god of water, I think? Greek god? Or Roman? I don't remember which.
Roman.
Ah. That's right, the Greek one's Poseidon, I think.
Let's see, with this mini-boss, it is a little bit tricky to hit him because you have to make sure that the ship is on the right level as him, and then also you have to jump up and get him. Can be a little tricky and easy to miss.
Definitely.
Let's see, that's your jumping guy for this game. Obviously, they do a lot of damage, and you do want to take them out. Let's see, here inside the ship, there are going to be... I guess there's going to be some water leakage, and then if you end up breaking those pipes with the cracks in them, then you end up having another flood. So that's never any fun, just like so.
No. Oh yeah, yeah. That shoots you right into a pit somewhere if you're not careful. Welcome to Mega Man.
Yeah, just another staple in this series.
Yeah. Yep. Water chucking you into pits. Oh look, steam. Great.
And this is another one you just have to take your time. Otherwise, it is pretty easy to hit the steam, and that steam is pretty damaging.
Yeah. Take about a quarter of your health off or something.
That's why I was moving back, just because I didn't want to, break that pipe and then have the steam come out.
Right. Eek.
There's just another water section. This is going to be the obligatory water level for this game.
There's no spikes on it, though. Aww.
Well, that'll happen pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. They're just kind of introducing it to you first. Ah, there, you can use your grabbing item. That's really nice.
See, that makes things a lot more convenient, and if you didn't have that, the way to get those power-ups is to climb all the way up this ladder and then jump down from the left.
Yeah, who wants to do that? That'd be fun.
So either way, here's where the water picks up in some intensity. And of course we got another one of those slides.
Spikes! Eek! Oh, that's mean. They put an enemy and spikes? Oh no.
And then this is one thing I did comment a lot over. I want to say it was either Toxic Seahorse's stage or some other stage in one of the X games where that's the water levels in those games, and the Mega Man games are set up so much differently.
Yeah.
I mean, I commented with the classic games, a lot of it involves weaving through spikes, and see, with the X games, I actually like the way they set those up better.
Yeah, I agree. They were a lot more fun.
But here we are at Neptune, and I'm using the photon missiles on him. And really it's about getting good timing on him, because it's pretty easy for you to miss with those shots. But this is taking off a good chunk of his health.
Spirit
And
Man,
what he
yeah.
did there was he either uses salt water or uses a ground pound attack. And the ground pound attack is disorienting because, you know, the floor shakes, so it's hard to jump
Yeah.
when you don't want to, or when you're trying to.
Yeah. Well, it did work though. I mean, when you connect, it takes like 3 little bars of his health off, so it's a good little thing. What do we get from him? That saltwater deal?
Yes, the weapon here is going to be the salt water. And it does have its uses. You can use it to take out enemies from above. As, let's see, this thing will demonstrate. Which is one thing I do like about this particular weapon is that they actually demonstrate the weapon
Yeah.
on enemies.
That's cool.
As opposed to, like, you know, just telling you what it does. Which is
Right,
one thing
right.
Mega Man 7 definitely butchered.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. It did. Well, more Robot Masters in the next episode, it looks like.